So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom. I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL.
Do you think men prefer a natural body or a BBL? BBL. 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 Do you prefer natural bodies or BBL bodies?
Natural.
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 What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a stanky one, right? We got a stanky one, man. We got a nasty one. Now we have a sister, and kudos to the sister. Before I even get into it, kudos to this sister for even wanting to talk about this, expose her own self, right? Because I'm pretty sure this takes a lot of guts. But then again, knowing your women today ain't really much guts, right? But I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of guts jumping on this internet to tell everybody that, hey, yeah, my booty was stinking for a long time, right? This is one of the issues that I've been dealing with when it comes down to self-hate and putting some stuff up in my butt. But let's just go ahead and hear how she was able to process the situation that she's in, but also, right, and control that smell, but also how she lost her man because of it. Even though a lot of your women say, hey, well, I get BBLs because, even though women get BBLs for the sole purpose of men, right? Supposedly they want to get BBLs because men love big butts. Well, here are some of the consequences of having that.
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we getting ready, to do something. So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined the group on Facebook. It was like a support group. Different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep an eye out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying, he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, mine was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months. But me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm going to upload the picture right here. Part 3 on how I got my BBL surgically removed because my sit down one was stinking real bad. So I deleted part 1 because there were so many people in the comments talking shit how y'all are doing now. So I deleted part 1 and I made part 2 because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It fucking stink. I don't care what y'all say. It stink. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay? Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they fucking stink. Stay away from them.
I mean, it is so funny that so many women, and it's not just with BBL. So many women are in denial with so many other things that, once again, it will have to take a man leaving them for them to hit rock bottom, for them to understand that, since the lifestyle that you were living or that you're trying to live is just not conducive for any man. No man wants to be a part of that. But hey, guess what? They're going to make you feel bad. They're going to guilt trip you, shame you, right? What was it? Ad hominems, guilt, shame, insult. I'm jealous of you. Like, why would I be jealous of my own woman getting a BBL? Like, what are we doing here? That means you are dating a very materialistic man. If you think he's going to compete with you, he will be jealous of you getting a BBL. Right? And then there will also a man telling you, hey, I don't want you to be getting a BBL because there's too much attention. A lot of you women will also look at that. I mean, and this is just my theory. Women who are willing to go this far to mess up their bodies, I feel like they just have mental issues. I just honestly feel like they have mental issues, because anytime you ever try to correct these women, they will never defend the common sense or the logic. They will only defend how they feel about it. Well, I want it. I want to be able to do this. I do this. Now I want to be able to have a BBL because this is what I want. Yeah. But then when you end up getting deeper and deeper, time has gone on. These same women would then turn around and say, well, I got the BBL because, these men made me feel like, hey, I need to get a BBL so I can keep up this, that, and the third. So now you want to blame man for your messed up actions.
Do you think men prefer a natural body or a BBL? BBL. 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 Do you prefer natural bodies or BBL bodies?
Natural.
And it all stemmed from you being in denial. And this is what I'm saying here. Sis was in denial the whole time. And the man was telling her, like, bro, look, you can sit here and have a modern day feminist mindset as much as you want. You can think like most of your sisters in the sisterhood as much as you want, be disingenuous, be hypocritical, contradict themselves on a daily. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not going to continue to stay around that if that shit continues to stink. But no, she wants to say this.
First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL.
I mean, you sit down, air stink. I mean, Don't you think the brother would want to hit some back shots? Don't you think the brother gonna want to hit it from the back? So I could just only assume that the dude was probably getting some from someone else, because if he can't even stomach the smell, if you just sitting down or you just being around, I know for a fact y'all were not knocking boots. I know that for a fact y'all were not knocking boots, because he would probably be limp throughout the whole night. So it is a strong possibility you scare that man over into another woman's arm. But it's just the audacity that a lot of your women have that, oh, well, you know what, you are jealous, you are this, you are that. So many women will fight. I mean, fight to sit here and get a BBL just so they can look good, just so they can feel some type of way. I mean, we literally had videos upon videos. Y'all remember that BBL pandemic, right? Y'all remember that BBL pandemic where women were sitting up here going overseas to go get BBLs, and they pretty much filled up these planes, and they were not sitting in the seats. They had to pretty much put their elbows on their chair and have their ass out, because once again, they can't sit down or it was going to mess up the BBL.
The line to get to Atlanta, 95% of the passengers just got a BBL.
So I got on my flight today, and everyone seated around me just had surgery. They didn't know each other.
It was going to literally mess up the BBL, and it's like, once again, that's not natural. But yet you swear up and down men want that. You swear up and down men want these women who look like they got 2 cherries on 2 chopsticks. Like, it does not make any sense. You think a man is gonna want a chick, man, who look like she got 2 cherries sitting on 2 chopsticks? Like, what type of mess is that? The legs don't even match the butt, and then on top of that, you got to deal with the smell that comes with it. And then a lot of times, a lot of their incisions and where the doctors were splitting open the wounds, pretty much where the wound is, a lot of times that stuff won't, if it don't heal properly, it will never close. Who wants to deal with that? What man wants to deal with that? So I'm really attacking women who swear up and down and who think that men want women with BBLs. That's bull. That's bull. You're talking about your celebrities. Please stop trying to compare rappers, right? Your small percentage of rappers, a large percentage of your average male. Your average male, your average man is not dealing with a chick with a BBL. You might have some because they're materialistic, and when you look at that guy, nine times out of 10 wants to be somebody who is of status. Because why else would you prioritize a woman with a BBL? But like I said, kudos to that sister, man, for even, having the guts to come on here and say that, because that's mighty wild, right? That's mighty wild. But once again, that's what happens when you want to be delusional and denial. That's what happens when you want to live your life as reckless as you want to. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. But don't guilt trip men who don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to smell that stuff, and then get upset, because every time you try to talk to these women, they will always have an excuse. But when the shit hits the fan, right? When the BBL is falling apart, when shit's stinking, nobody wants to deal with them, then they want to complain. They either going to say, well, I didn't know, it messed up my life, yada, yada, yada. You're going to have these story times, or you're going to have women who sit up here and, well, I got BBLs because, the society made me feel bad, yada, play victim. It's just mighty sad what women are willing to do, man, to avoid accountability, but also at the same time try to get everything that they want, right? When it comes down to a lot of your American women, but mainly your sisters, they are offended by everything, but shamed by nothing. So do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Ugh.